my very first live stream on YouTube. This is like, I need to get like some party favors so I can like celebrate. There are a few times that I wanted to celebrate and I was like, oh, maybe I can find a filter. But anyway, today is Sundays with Skye, and the reason that it is a live YouTube video is because I cannot edit a live YouTube video, at least in theory. I'm sure I can probably edit this if I wanted to, but my issue is that I want to do a vlog where I don't feel the pressure to try to perfect it or add any additional music or bells and whistles. I just wanted to tell you, first of all, who I am. Who are you? Because that's a fair question. I've done about 40 videos on Courageous Creatives, and I actually haven't really said anything about specifically who the heck I am or what I do. I'm sure if you've watched some of my videos, you can deduce what some of my ideas are and what I'm passionate about. But this is pretty unfiltered message to my subscribers, just to say hello, and also to tell you that all the ways that I'm hustling in the background that you might not know. So introductions are in order. So my name is Skye Lucking. To be totally official, it is Sabrina Skye Lucking. My first name is Sabrina, but I grew up on a skydiving facility. My parents owned and ran a skydiving facility, and so I was Skye from a very early age. No one was going to call me Sabrina. And I am an artist here in Arizona and now a YouTuber. I'm going to add that feather to my cap. And I'm also just starting out as a muralist, which is so much fun. But I was in a corporate job until last November, and blessedly I was let go. Yeah, which was like, I don't want to dismiss people getting laid off because it can really be terrible for a lot of people, but I just felt like chains had been cut and I was free, and I have been working super hard ever since, way harder than I was probably when I was working for the corporate job, which not surprising there. So this is just going to be a live stream to tell you about kind of some of the behind the scenes that are happening. I'm always hustling. This is something you should know. I'm always busy. I always have ideas. It's the bane of a creative person. I'm always working, tinkering on something. I'm also a mother and I have a family, and so that also comes into play because you want to have some balance there. So I'm always working. But I just want to give you an update on what was happening this week. And this week was a crazy week because I think I interviewed 9 different people this week. I'm just going to run through them. So I interviewed Paul Porras, and he is called the Ginger Roller, or Paul-core, and he brings people out to nature and trains men and women. He was really cool. And then later that day, I interviewed Shaza Barber. She's opening up, her grand opening is next week, Hair Hub, which is a co-working space owned by, run by, and designed for women. It's kind of a spa co-working experience. She is amazing, and every person that I have met in her network are just mind-blowingly cool. So I interviewed the 2 of them, and then I also interviewed my friend Terrence Ewing Hill, and she is a very, very cool person. She's a teacher. She was in the Peace Corps. That's how I know her. She married Sophia, her wife, is a return Peace Corps volunteer, as am I. I was in the Peace Corps as well. And so I got to interview Terrace about being a Christian who is also gay and growing up in Lubbock, Texas, kind of some of the things that she had to deal with. That was such a good, all my interviews are good, I have to say, but that was a really, really good interview. And then, really, really cool, I got to interview Brent Whiting and Andrea Diaz, also known as Zod and Drea. They have the Zod and Drea podcast, and they were super inspiring because they are very, very active in social and political change, which is amazing. And I'm so happy that people like that exist in our great nation and world. So what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That was 5 on Monday. Yes. You see where I'm going here. And then I also am affiliated with Fabric, the Fashion and Business Resource Innovation Center in Tempe. I love that place and I love the people who run it. And so I am actually a sponsor. Courageous Creatives is a sponsor of that organization. I don't work for them. I just love what they do, and so I devote a lot of my film time to them because I think it is so amazing. And I went to, on the second Wednesday of the month, they have Club Fabric, and it's essentially just people in the fashion industry getting together in the Fabric building to just chat, basically. But I was able to interview, low battery. I was able to interview Angela Johnson and two designers who are part of the AZ Eco Fashion Week that's coming up at the end of April, and part of a program, Refabricate. So I just uploaded that video on Friday. So I interviewed Angela, Diane Bisson, and I think it's Myra Lopez, and all, again, great, cool people. And then I also got to interview my good friend Phoebe Fox, who is a children's book author and one of my favorite people in Phoenix. And she has some amazing books, and she has a book coming out about breastfeeding, and so we talked a little bit about that. So yes, I lost count. Yeah, I think that's 9. So outside of all of that, in the background, I've also been working on the Phoenix Mural Festival project. So I am collaborating with artist Paul Pengel on a very large wall. I want to say it's like 90 feet long, but I could totally be exaggerating on that. But it's a big wall, like 90 feet by 5 feet. I think that's right. The guy, our client, our customer who we're working with, he had some specific ideas, but one of the things that he wanted was, he wants it in the style of Peter Max. And if I edited these videos, I would like pop up a picture of Peter Max, but you can Google him, and essentially the thing about Peter Max is that Peter Max is a very bright day glow highlighter color palette, which is just like so in my wheelhouse. I love bright colors and I'm so excited. And Paul is a really creative and brilliant artist, and we're learning so much along the way. And so we have this huge wall, and since it's so big, we want to make sure that we are really getting a head start, because the actual Phoenix Mural Festival dates are May 4th, 5th, and 6th. And we don't want to start just on those 3 days. We want to be adding finishing touches or like the last panels during the actual festival, so we have something really beautiful to show that last day. So I worked with Paul on that. There was one night where I stayed up till 2 in the morning on my sketches, and then there was another night where Paul stayed up till 3 in the morning, like doing his sketches, and he's also pulling out color palettes from Peter Max painting, so we have a color palette to work with. So much fun. And our client Dwayne, he is really cool. He has a lot of ideas, but we got together on Friday and semi-finalized our design, and I'm really, really excited. So that was something that I was working on in the background. And then also I have another mural project that I'm doing, and it's really cool. It's going to be a yin-yang, where the one half is a kind of galaxy night sky with a moon, and the other half is a bright blue sky with, well, a blue sky with clouds and a sun. And so I'm also working on that, and I'm gonna be working on that on Tuesday. And then on Monday, I'm going to be going back to Hera Hub. I did a stencil wall for them, which I really enjoyed. It was the first stencil I've ever done. I'm actually cleaning the stencil that I used. I got a little stencil soup going. It's warm water, olive oil, and soap, and hopefully I'm gonna wash off all that paint that got caked on last time. But I'm gonna do another wall at Hera Hub, and I need to get that done before their grand opening this coming Thursday. So I am working on that. And then I also had 2 client consults last week, and I also on Monday, that Monday where I interviewed five people, in the middle of that I actually did a recording, and the recording was about Instagram pro tips for a company, a startup company that I'm starting to work with or work for. They haven't yet started up, but they're really cool. And this is Conscious Creative, and it's going to be an Instagram marketing company. And I have already learned so much about Instagram. There's so many other bells and whistles and functionality that I had no idea even existed. And these play into the strategy that you're going to use for your business or yourself or your brand, that really it's like you can get so much more bang for the buck, and considering Instagram is free, like a lot of bang for your no buck. And so I did some recording for them for some pro tips. So that was on Monday. Yeah, so like I told you, I am always hustling. Yeah, so that was it, and hooray for me, I got a new car on Saturday. It was not expected. It is a hybrid RAV4, but my old Prius, which was 12 years old, was it 12 years old? It was, yeah, it was 12 years old. It just had a brake issue that the amount to fix it, plus a few other things, was like more than the trade-in value. And so when you're kind of faced with that, well, new car. So, which just makes me really need to get some more mural jobs is what needs to happen. So anyway, there you go. This might just be, for me, a good way for me to document all of the things that I'm doing in art and life, because it can go by so quickly. I have so many plans for Courageous Creative. Someone asked me the other day, like, is this like something you're gonna keep doing? Like, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm on board. I'm gonna keep doing it. It's a lot of work. It is a whole lot of work, because I really want to respect the people that I interview. So it's just, I do my best. I'm doing my best all the time. Anyway, that's me. That was my week. This has been Sunday with Skye. Thank you for listening. If you've listened this far of me blabbering on, I'm going to put some links down below to the Phoenix Mural Festival if that's something you're interested in, Hera Hub, if that's something you're interested in, Conscious Creative, and some of the other things that I have mentioned in this video. I'm also going to today actually be changing up some of my channel art on Courageous Creatives. While I wish I had the time to do 3 videos a week, these mural projects are actually taking up a lot more of my time. So it's just going to be a video every week. Most likely it will definitely be a Fashion Friday video, but I might also have 2 videos a week, Motivational Monday, or Who's Who Wahoo Arizona on Wednesday, or Time Lapse Tuesday, because I still have some time lapses in my pocket, or at the very least, a Sundays Are for Skye Sunday. If you are an artist in Arizona, let me know. If you're a cool person in Arizona and you're digging what I do, or if you'd like to be an interviewee, hit me up. I promise I will not bite. Yeah, thank you. I hope you're having a great Sunday. Thanks for listening, and I will talk at you later. Bye. See, now there's this awkward part where the person has to stop the video. And super awkward if they don't know how to do it. Even more awkward if they have to talk themselves through it. So didn't know you could have a filter on a live stream. That's solid. How do I stop this? Okay. All right, now for reals. Goodbye. Yes. Are you sure I want to? Yes, I do. All right.